Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call Wise Man Lawyers. Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call Wise Man Lawyers. Don't face that court alone. Let the Wise Man team get you back on the road. Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call the Wise Man team at Wise Man Lawyers.
Alright, so I'm at Wynnum Magistrates Court. Client was charged with drug driving. There's two types of drug driving. The more serious is called drive under the influence of a drug, meaning you're high on drugs. The less serious is drive whilst relevant drug present, meaning that you've consumed it at some point, the effects have worn off, you're no longer under the influence or high, but there's traces still in your system and you've been intercepted and through the tongue swab been found to have it in your system. The penalties for the lesser charge aren't as severe as the more serious charge. So worst case for drive whilst relevant drug present, if you haven't been done before in the last 5 years, is a 9-month disqualification. Mandatory minimum if you're on an open licence and you don't have any previous in the last 5 years is 1 month. But if you, again, haven't lost your licence for any reason in the last 5 years, you're the holder of an open Queensland licence when intercepted, and you satisfy a number of other prerequisites, you can apply for what's called a drug driving work licence, meaning an order that allows you to continue driving for work purposes during the disqualification period. My client was eligible, and for that reason I was instructed to prepare a drug driving work licence application. They were self-employed, so what that means is if you're not... The drivers of Wynnum, good on them. In any event, where was I? If you're not self-employed, meaning you work for a business or some other person, we need to draft about a 4-page affidavit up for you to drive, for you to sign, saying that you will lose your job if you lose your licence. But given my client was self-employed, there's no employers, there was no need to draft it. But in his affidavit, which generally goes for about 12 pages, I need to, in addition to the other items that I need to address, I've got to cover his business's profit and loss, so turnover, the breakdown of the expenses that won't be met if he loses his licence and therefore loses income. Also, you've got to cover your personal expenses, but that's going to be done in all work licence affidavits anyway. So, look, the short version is I've got a series of instructions from him that allow me to draft the affidavit materials. I asked him to complete a reformatory course, got him to get some references based on a template we provide all of our clients. Drafted everything, filed it with the court in advance, met the client this morning, went through the procedure, what to expect and all the rest of it. Today's matter was, I won't say it wasn't straightforward, but it wasn't particularly easy to get over the line. Understandably, the magistrate takes a lot of issues with drug driving, for a number of reasons. The fact that you're drug driving, but also the fact that possession and consumption of drugs themselves are it's illegal. So unlike drink driving, which, yes, drink driving's bad, drinking alcohol isn't illegal, drug driving's bad, but consuming drugs, irrespective of whether you drive, is illegal. So even though you don't end up with 2 charges, because possession, if it's inside your system, it's not legally possession. It's only possession if it's on your body as opposed to in it, ironically. But the fact that you're driving with drugs in your system means that you've at some point caused it to be in your person, and therefore, even though you might not have been charged with possession, you've still engaged in illegal activity. And the magistrate was really driving that home, not just to my client, but everyone in the courtroom, to the point where I was not concerned, but I thought I was going to have to step things up a bit to try and get this over the line. In any event, look, the long and short of it was I was able to persuade the magistrate not to give any more than a 2-month disqualification. Generally, when work licences are applied for, the magistrates will double what that otherwise gives. So if I wasn't applying for a work licence, I would have been pushing for the minimum 1 month. But given I was seeking a work licence, it was to be expected to get no less than 2 months. And following on from that, the maximum does double. So if a magistrate does give a work licence, they can give up to 18 months for this charge as opposed to the 9. So we got a 2-month disqualification, and notwithstanding the fact that I had to, how do I say this, not push it, but be quite nuanced in my submissions, I was able to persuade the magistrate to grant a work licence to my client. So he was given a 2-month disqualification, modest fine, and most importantly a work licence which allows him to drive during the hours that he needs, which was 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday. He's obviously very relieved, very happy. I'm Andrew Wiseman at Wynnum Magistrates Court. Thanks for watching. Hi, I'm Andrew Wiseman from Wiseman Lawyers, Queensland's only truly dedicated drug, alcohol and traffic offence law firm. If you face loss of licence, loss of vehicle imprisonment or anything in between at any court in Queensland, we can and will help you today. This is our specialty. This is all we do. Give us a call, 1300 947 352. I look forward to helping you resolve your issue today.
Don't